What are twin flames? Twin flames are an access point to the divine, unto God. You hear about twin flames being this beautiful, high, incredible, divine romantic relationship, and it is. You hear about twin flames being this really difficult, painful, spiritual awakening, and that is in part true. You hear about twin flames being this incredibly toxic, horrible thing that awakens you unto the divine, but you're not meant to be together, and that is not true. And today we're going to talk about how twin flames are a path unto God. So let's start at the basics. And it starts with, what are you? Are you a body? Physical, human, has a beginning, has an end. If you believe that, and you're not open to hearing other viewpoints, then this is not the channel for you, and this is not the conversation for you. Because in order to enter into the gateway of twin flames, you have to recognize first that you are not primarily your body, that you are not a limited, temporary human being, but that you are first a spiritual being having a human experience. And if you recognize that you are a spiritual being, you are incarnated into this physical body for a temporary human experience, then you will recognize that you are more than your body, that you are in fact a divine being, an eternal being, incarnated into this world in a physical body like you play a video game. And this game has prizes, it has a purpose, and it has an end point. But your eternal being has no end point. It is ongoing forever. And it's up to you what you're going to do with this temporary human experience. And the game of the temporary human experience is simple. Overcome fear. Nothing else. It's just a process of moving through what arises, of purifying the fear from your consciousness, and entering into love. And if that's the game, we're not even talking about twin flames right now. If that's the real central focus of the game, is to purify the fear from your consciousness, from who you really are, and that we're using this human world, these human bodies, this human life as an opportunity to access these fears, to purify them, and to enter unto higher love, you would discover that there are higher prizes to be won in this universe and in creation than a nice car or a higher social status in the human world, or more money, or cool experiences. These are temporary things, but there are eternal prizes that can be won, and that is where twin flames come in. Because your twin flame is your divine complement, your ultimate lover, your perfect person, the one who God designed you to be with eternally. We're talking on the spiritual plane. But the beauty of being a divine being incarnated into a human body is that you are not separate from your divinity, you are not separate from your creator, and therefore you are not separate from your eternal divine complement, your twin flame. Now, a lot of people come to us and say, well, my twin flame won't talk to me, it's a really toxic thing. I often hear this same story about twin flames. We've been doing this for, a decade now. Same story. And it's, I met this person, and it was this incredibly profound awakening experience. And it was beautiful and divine and intoxicating and compelling, and it changed my life. But it turned into this horrible, toxic, painful thing. How did something so beautiful and so wonderful, this blossoming flower in my life that woke my heart up, become something so painful? People often feel chained to their twin flame and the twin flame journey. And I'm here to tell you that that is not an acceptable end result, nor is that an end result that has to be. Many people find the twin flame journey and they experience this sense of enslavement to it. Like, what am I going to do now that I'm awakened and I have this knowing and I know this person? How do I deal with this? And some people just accept that it's suffering. They find other groups of people who are comfortable with accepting that this is the new suffering, and they stay there. And that's not what we're about here. I don't think that that's an acceptable end result. Some people try to pretend it didn't happen, go back to sleep, move on with their lives, but there's always this little corner of their heart, this little light that they'll remember, and you can't really fully forget about your twin flame journey. But what you can do, and what we've seen happen again and again and again and again in our community, is you can work through what arises. You can purify your consciousness. You can lift your vibration to that of harmonious twin flame union. And this is a state of peace at the core where your twin flame union lives. And this is where you can build a life with them here on Earth as a human. And when you do that, it's a really good thing. It is the most beautiful and most high human lifetime you can live, is that in union with your twin flame, your perfect divine complement, your best friend in eternity, your ultimate lover, your highest teacher, and your most perfect student, your perfect partner in life. That's what your twin flame is. And some people will say, look, I'm on the twin flame journey, okay? I've had the awakening. I know what it's really like. It's none of those things. I don't like them at all. This is a horrible thing. I feel enslaved by this experience. And I have some sort of, I have self-respect enough to acknowledge when I've had a powerful spiritual experience, and to acknowledge the truth of reality and the potency and the truth of those experiences. But this isn't it. And so what many people, I think, are missing is that your twin flame is your divine mirror. And their purpose is to bring you closer to the divine, closer to God. Their purpose in your life is union. So your twin flame is not a normal relationship, as anyone who's met their twin flame would know. It's not a casual, normal, everyday soulmate kind of thing. But it has the potential to be transcendental, a transcendental relationship. And the process is a very different process than one of getting into a soulmate relationship. And it's a very different process that we teach than getting into a toxic codependent or dependent or, a sad relationship. Your twin flame mirrors back to your consciousness. Remember, you're an eternal being. And so if you want to make this relationship work for you, rather than be at the mercy of it, you have to understand the mechanics of how it works. Your twin flame operates from a higher plane. Now, they're incarnated as a human, and you're going to see them acting like a human, and all the human stuff is still there. But that's not the primary thing. The primary thing is what's happening on a divine level, a spiritual level. And that's where the mirror exercise operates, on a spiritual level. And since you're a spiritual being, this is a natural place for you to operate. If you can unlink your mind from the matrix of worldly reality for a moment and try on a new tool, and then you can assess from any level you want whether this tool was effective. This tool teaches you about the nature of reality, that reality is a mirror of your consciousness, that you are attracting and vibrating into your reality the nature of your inner vibration. And if you want something different in your reality, say a nice car, or a transcendental relationship with your ultimate lover, or to live your life purpose, or beautiful experiences, these things are your divine birthright. And to not have access to the things that you desire is a sad, painful, depressing, and incredibly unnatural experience for an eternal creator with infinite spiritual power that you are. Because you are created like your creator, as an infinite creator with infinite power, not limited power, limitless power. And so if you're experiencing anything in your reality that is not in alignment with your desires, your heart's highest desires, that feels bad, doesn't it? To have known this feeling of your twin flame, the beauty of it. It's a sacred call. It awakens you. To know that, to feel that, to have experienced that, and then to feel, I am not able to have that. I can't have a nice relationship with this person. It's just a sad, toxic suffering. That feels bad. That feels wrong. And that is not okay with you, the divine being. What is okay is you finally waking up to the nature of your true self, you wielding the power of who you really are inside, and you using it to move forward on your spiritual journey. Stagnation feels bad, and that's ultimately all that feels bad, is resistance to the flow of life through you. And you can resist for lifetimes, friend. But what we teach you is how to release that resistance. And it's not hidden behind a paid course. It's free. It's the mirror exercise. It's just 4 simple steps. If you search it into YouTube or you go onto twinflamesuniverse.com, you will get access to in-depth tools to teach you about the mirror exercise. Not hiding the good stuff behind a paywall. We're not here to extract profit from you with our spiritual mastery. We are here to assist you in empowering yourself to manifest whatever it is you desire. Nothing is out of your reach as a divine creator. Since your consciousness is being mirrored by your twin flame, this is the most wonderful and empowering tool that you can have on a spiritual journey. This is why God created us with a divine complement, that you don't have to journey alone, that you can journey eternally with your very best friend. And this person is a reflection of God's love for you. It's the closest relationship you'll ever have in creation outside of God and yourself. So you may as well, in my mind, attract them into your life and have this person as your ally and see that this person is your ally. Because it doesn't seem like they're mirroring something back to you because they're doing this horrible thing that you would never do. But that is the thing they need to be doing to show you what's going on within your own consciousness that feels off. And it's not about taking responsibility for the actions and choices of others. That's insane. It's about taking responsibility for the experiences that you're having within yourself. Your feelings, what you have control over. You don't have to change the way you feel, but you do have to acknowledge the way you feel if you are to move forward and manifest your perfect reality. Okay? We just have to feel it. And don't worry, if you feel really bad, that's not the end of the feeling. But your feelings must be felt in order to be moved through. And when we move through our feelings by feeling them, then we release them. We set ourselves free along with the feeling that's moving through us. You're not going to feel the beautiful, high, wonderful things if you're not willing to face the painful, difficult, uncomfortable things. And you'll learn that as you're facing these uncomfortable things, you feel better. And that is a beautiful thing, that the uncomfortable feelings are not there to destroy you, but they're there for you to lift yourself up over. Blocks are steps, not stops. When you experience a spiritual block in your reality, it's not there to stop you. It's there for you to surmount. And this is done through a purification of your own consciousness. The law of attraction teaches us that like attracts like, and that we will vibrate into our reality what we resonate with. And what is vibrating into your reality is resonating with you on a soul level right now. So we teach our students that whatever is arising in front of you, work through. And when you work through what is arising, you start to conquer the journey of your life. There's a storyline here, and you're the main character in your life. And as the main character, you have to work through the story in order for the storyline to continue. And the author of the story is you and your beloved creator, God, a divine consciousness, which is the source of all good, who co-creates the story with you, writing in the lines the most perfect story you could ever experience. But you won't experience it as that if you're stuck in suffering, if you're stuck in fear consciousness. And that's not where you belong, friends. You belong in a vibration of love, of perfect love. And what we teach and what we role model to the best of our ability is the process of moving through fear, no matter what that fear is, purifying your consciousness and rising up above the fear into a vibration of love. That is perfectly natural for your soul. That is where you belong as a divine being. And it is in that place that you will attract all that belongs to you. What belongs to you? All the good. All the good. All the good of your heart's desire. Not some, not pick and choose, not maybe one later, but right now, working the process of purifying your consciousness into perfect union with God, your creator. That is the way to harmonious twin flame union. That is the twin flame ascension journey, a spiritual journey taken on a spiritual plane that yields spiritual results. And that journey is not taken out there primarily. It's taken in here primarily, within you, in your inner world, where all the magic happens, where you, the divine being, live, and where you have all your power. When you operate from this place, from this spiritual place, you magnetize to you all you desire. Now, this doesn't mean be absent of external activity. It means get good within you first, and then the actions will naturally become obvious to you to take. There's no human reality without action. And we start with the inner world. We align the inner world first, and the action becomes thrilling, it becomes juicy, it becomes effortless, it becomes obvious. And when you arrive at that place, life becomes a joy. Not without challenge, not without difficulty, not without pain, and not without purpose, not without meaning, not without perfection. So, a good little tidbit to enjoy today. I hope that this video finds you well, that it is a little snippet of helpfulness, a little reminder of who you are, where you're headed if you so choose, and that if you got the principles I showed you, and don't worry, we'll do more of this, and don't worry, if you don't understand how to manifest your twin flame into harmonious union, we did a whole school. You can join the school to master that skill set. It's called Twin Flame Ascension School. And you can take the Twin Flame test for free at twinflamesuniverse.com and see if you're ready for the Twin Flame Ascension journey. Thank you so much for joining me. God bless you, and namaste. We'll see you in other videos.